The family apparently was aware of prior allegations that had been made against Michael in the past and had hinted that there was really nothing keeping them from doing something similar unless... My understanding was they were very concerned and upset that they were not compensated for the Bashir documentary which had aired.
So you're saying before any of these allegations were made that Michael Jackson was worried that there were going to be false allegations made?
I think from what he saw of this family, I think he had come to the realization that they were probably capable of just about anything.
What were you asked to do?
I was asked to find out where they were, get in contact with them, let them know that I wanted to meet with them, talk to them, and get an idea of what was going on, because my understanding was all of a sudden they had just disappeared from Neverland in the middle of the night.
And so are they sending the private eye out there to monitor them?
It certainly wasn't to control them in any way. It was to just keep a real loose watch on who they were meeting with and what they were doing. We then decided that before this goes any further, perhaps it's time to get a sworn statement from them stating what the circumstances were, if anything ever did happen, if it didn't.
So you wanted a sworn statement just in case?
Just in case, almost like an insurance policy. It was arranged for a few evenings later that I went over to the apartment of the mother's boyfriend in Los Angeles and was welcomed, hugged by every member of the family.
What did you say?
I asked each of them if anything improper had ever happened. I asked about sleeping arrangements there and was told by the two sons that neither one of them ever slept alone in Michael's room without the other one being present, that nothing ever happened, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing sexual.
You asked them specifically, did anything sexual ever happen?
I believe I asked if they were ever inappropriately touched or anything along those lines, and I was told absolutely not, that Michael was like a father. He was the only father the children had known.
No intimidation at all to make her make this tape?
Absolutely none, Dan.
You're there by yourself?
All by myself with my tape recorder.
Any people downstairs? Anyone other than you call them beforehand to say, you better do this?
Not to my knowledge.
And what did the children generally have to say about Michael Jackson?
Nothing but nice things. How gracious he was to them when they were at Neverland, how much they loved being at Neverland, and how they couldn't wait to go back to Neverland.
And if they were going to extort money, why make the criminal allegations as opposed to just suing them?
Well, it's been my experience that if you can get a criminal conviction against someone, it makes a civil case a slam dunk or much, much easier. I believe, from what I was told at the time and what I observed, when they started making threats, Michael realized this was not a family he needed around him. And I think he would have done anything he could at that time to distance himself from them, or to distance them from him. The answer to the question would be no, though.
So you're saying that Michael Jackson was already nervous that this family might make allegations against him?
I don't know that Michael was so nervous. They were trying to do whatever they could to take care of what they saw as a potential problem, a loose cannon, someone who was very well knowledgeable of the '93 event or allegations and had threatened to do something similar. And that's why it's so interesting that we have the same cast of characters.
You think the boy was up to that, or just his mother?
From what I understand, the boy apparently is also, or was, very much aware of the 1993 case.
So you think the 13-year-old, 12-year-old boy suffering from cancer is thinking about the big payout from Michael Jackson?
I will tell you, Dan, that this family, every conversation I had with them, every meeting I had with them, any interaction with them centered around either money, fame, celebrity, and or possessions.